Hello, everyone. This is Laura, and it's reading time again. And I would like to say that the books that I read, I do not own the rights to, nor is it meant for commercial use. It's just for some people that I know that I care about. So I don't own the rights to the book. I get the books from the Whitesboro Public Library, and I'm just reading it for some people that I care about. So, anyways, here's a book called See for Yourself Touch. And it's talking about how we learn to feel and how we have sensitivity in our fingers. So let's get started. And let's see, it was written by Brenda Walpole, Walpole. And let's see for Yourself Touch. Photographs by Barry Watts. Fingertips. So our fingertips. You see them? Fingertips. Our fingertips are so sensitive that we can feel a single human hair. Fingertips can feel the difference between curly hair and straight hair, or thick hair and fine hair. Many blind people use their fingertips to read. They learn to use a special alphabet called Braille. Each letter of this alphabet is made up of a pattern of tiny bumps on the page. Braille readers can feel the bumps with their fingertips. Can you read with your fingertips? Write some numbers on a piece of paper using a glue stick. Sprinkle fine sand over the glue. When it is dry, shake off any loose sand. Close your eyes and take turns with a friend, or maybe your brother and your sister, or your cousins. Yeah. Trying to read the numbers by using your fingers. That sounds like a fun task with our parents, or maybe our grandparents, or our guardians. That sounds like fun. What are nerves? A network of long, thin threads run along your body. These threads are called nerves. Nerves carry messages to and from your brain. The nerves that end in your skin give you a sense of touch. When we touch, we can tell whether something is hot or cold. When you touch something, the nerves respond by sending a message to our brain. Your brain then sorts out the messages and figures out what you are touching. Wow, that's smart, isn't it? Some nerves sense heat and cold. Others sense roughness or smoothness, pain or pressure. Your hands, lips, tongue, and all have lots of nerves. Didn't we just talk about and read a book about our tongue? I think we did. Do you remember the book about our tongue? Do you remember? I think I do. Do you? Try this test to find out which areas of your body have the most nerves endings. Tape two pencils together. Close your eyes. Ask a friend to gently touch different areas of your body with two pencils points. You will feel both pencil points where you have the most nerves. Where there are fewer nerves, you'll only feel 1 point. Wow, that's another experiment that we could try. With who? With Mom and Dad? Yes. Or with our guardians? Yes, Mom and Dad. Another experiment. It sounds so fun. You'll have to tell me. Oh, yes, you will. Look at there. Hot and cold. Do you know the difference between hot and cold? Is there something in the kitchen that's hot that we have to be careful around? I think I know. Do you? What's hot in the kitchen? The stove top. Has Mom and Dad told you about that? I bet so. We don't want to reach up and touch the stove. It's hot. And if you live up north, and I think we know some people that live way up north, it's cold outside and they have snow. We've got to be careful when we go outside because it's kind of cold. Let's finish reading. I know I kind of get sidetracked, don't I? How do you test the water in a swimming pool before you get in it? It's important to know if it will be too cold for you. Testing the water with your hand or toe will tell you if the water is the right temperature for a swim. It might be a good idea before you get in bath water too. You don't want it to be too hot. It can be dangerous for the body to become too hot or too cold. This is why you have nerves in your skin that detect heat and cold. Yes, that's right. When the weather is very cold, you shiver and get goosebumps. You may decide to wear extra clothes to warm up. In the summer, you wear fewer clothes. If it is very hot, you might sweat. This cools you down. And you know what? If you live down south, guess what? It gets hot down here. And I live in the south. It gets hot. Like over 100 degrees. Like 110 or 120. You sweat. That's when you try to stay inside in the air conditioning. The nerves in your skin check your body temperature constantly. Your body stays at the right temperature, about 98.6 Fahrenheit or 37 Celsius. Whatever the weather and whatever you are doing, pain and pressure. Pain is important. It warns you that something is wrong. and that you must do something to stop the pain. Pinching or squeezing your skin hurts. This is because it affects the nerves that sense pain. The pressure of a tight shoe or a pin sticking into you can be very painful. But not all pressure is painful. You feel a gentle pressure when clothes are resting against your body, or if you hold a ball in your hands. Sometimes in the winter, our fingers get so cold that they get numb. Have you felt that before? Have your hands been so cold that they get numb? Yes, I have felt that. When this happens, we lose our sense of touch. What might happen to you if you could not feel pain or sense hot temperature? That might be not good. Try pinching yourself gently on different parts of your body. Are some areas more sensitive to pinching than others? Let's see. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, that hurts. I say so. How do animals feel? Do you think that animals feel? Some animals have long whiskers or tentacles that are extra sensitive to touch. Cats use their whiskers to judge whether gaps are wide enough. For them to get through. Wow, I think we just learned something. What do you know about a cat? Have you seen cats? And have you seen their whiskers that are right here on their face that come out? Did you know that they use those to see whether they can crawl into something? And is it big enough for their body to go through? A cat's whiskers stretch out as wide as its shoulders. When a whisker brushes against a fence or a tree, nerves at the root of the whisker are triggered. Wow, now that's something special. An octopus uses its long tentacles to feel its way around. It feels all around corners and into cracks to look for hiding places. A snail has feelings on its head. Snails use their feelers to find their way around. Watch a snail as it moves along. See how it uses the feelers to touch leaves and stones as it moves forward. What makes the snail pull its feelers in? Can you see the cat? Do you see the whiskers? Look at the snail. How animals use touch. A sea anemone cannot chase its food because its body is attached to a rock. Its tentacles reach out into the water and feel for any passing animals. First, it stings tiny creatures with its tentacles. Then the tentacles sweep the creature into the anemone's mouth. Whoo! Many animals feel feel their food before they choose whether or not to eat it. Do you feel your food before you eat it? I don't think so. I smell it sometimes. I think I might smell it because I think it smells good, but I don't feel it. Not normally. Many animals feel their food before they choose whether or not to eat it. Monkeys squeeze fruits to see if they are ripe enough to eat. Some fruits, such as peaches, feel soft when they are ripe and sweet. If they feel hard, they will probably not be ripe and will taste sour. Well, that's true. Make a chart of fruits that you might squeeze to see if they are ready to eat. Which ones are best when they are soft? Which ones would you avoid if they were not soft? There's another thing for you and Mommy and Daddy to do. Make a chart of all the fruits that you like to eat. And which ones are better when they're soft? And which ones are better not when they're not soft? Make you a chart. You're getting to learn all kinds of things. A delicate touch. When chefs make pastry dough, they mix the ingredients until the texture feels right. Then they press and shape the dough with their hands until it is soft enough to be rolled out. The potter is in the big picture is using his hands too as he touches the clay. He checks that it is not too wet or too dry to shape and mold. Can you think of other people who work with their hands? Can you use your hands to make an animal out of modeling clay? Make ears, eyes, and tail with your fingertips? Could you make the same model if you were wearing gloves? Why would it be much harder to do? There's some more fun things to do with Mom and Dad. How our senses work together. Can you thread a needle? While one hand holds the needle steady, the other moves the thread through the loop at the top of the needle. Hands and eyes need to work together on a delicate job like this one. If you play a musical instrument, such as the violin, your hands work with your senses of sight and hearing. Sight and hearing. The fingers of one hand press on the strings while the other hand moves the bow. As you play, your eyes read the music and your ears listen to what you are playing. We don't need two hands for all tasks. We write or draw using one hand. Our senses of touch use the other. Our sense of touch helps us to hold a pen or a pencil firmly. Our eyesight helps us to guide our hands across the page. So do you have a pen or a pencil that you can hold and learn how to write? Yes. Can you learn how to write and hold a pencil? Grandma has a pen. Can you hold a pen or a pencil and write? Takes learning how your senses. Yes, because we need to use our senses to hold our pen or our pencil. Look at, he's holding a pencil and writing, and she's threading a needle. Showing our feelings. It is always safer to hold hands with a grown-up when you cross a road. Oh, that is so true. Holding someone's hand shows that you trust him or her. You may hold hands with your best friend or put your arm around their shoulders. It shows that you like them very much. But if you don't like someone touching you, you can say so. Grown-ups shake hands with their friends and with people they meet. Families and friends often hug and kiss. Parents cuddle with their children to show that they love them. Some animals like to be touched too. Pet dogs and cats like to be stroked or petted or be pet for us to pet them. I have a dog and his name is Casey. And yes, he likes me to give him hugs and kisses and pet him. Young animals often snuggle together for warmth and safety. Fooling your senses. Most of the time, your sense of touch is very accurate. However, sometimes your brain receives messages that it cannot understand. Take 3 small bowls. Ask an adult to help you fill the first bowl with hot water. Make sure that the water is not too hot. Fill the second bowl with cold water and the third bowl with warm water. Dip your fingers of your left hand into the hot water. Dip your fingers of your right hand into the cold water. After about 20 seconds, put both hands into the warm water. How does the water feel to each hand? I think we're done. So you need to let me know how all of the experiments that we talked about in the book turn out. So thank you for spending time with me, reading See for Yourself Touch. I have so much fun reading with you. So remember to grab your pencil and learn how to write your name. Yes, grab your pencil and learn how to write your name. Yes. And then show me how it turned out. Have a good day, and we'll read another book next week. Have a blessed one. Talk to you soon.